Hi, my name is Vena. I'm originally from Rare, but I live in Nandi. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm John from Kornabuan, Tapua. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks.
Bula, I'm Teopola.
Bula, I'm Matanisi.
We love listening to Today FM because it rocks in bar.
Bula, my name is Tisa. I love listening to Today FM.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News Tonight. Footballer dies in road accident. Fiji Times publisher ready to forfeit assets. A new school year begins. The man who died in an early morning accident in Dharmavunua was a football player. 32-year-old Ronald Chand was travelling in a carrier which collided with an oncoming bus, resulting in his death. Fiji Football Association Chief Executive Bob Kumar says they are saddened by Chand's death. Chand, who was originally from Lautoka, played for Mbua as a goalkeeper. It's alleged the 50-year-old carrier driver lost control and the vehicle veered into the opposite lane and hit a bus travelling towards Nambowalu. The driver is admitted at the Nambowalu Health Centre. Fiji Times publisher Hank Arts is prepared to forfeit his properties and his Fiji National Provident Fund savings of $175,000 if he doesn't return to Fiji. The submission was made by his lawyer Faisal Hanif in the High Court today during a new bail variation application. Arts earlier applied to travel to New Zealand in February for his daughter's wedding and a medical checkup. He is charged with inciting communal antagonism in relation to an article published in the Ithauke language newspaper Nailalakai last April. Other accused are Fiji Times editor-in-chief Fred Wesley, Nailalakai editor Anare Ravula, the Fiji Times Limited and contributor Josai Wangambada. It is alleged they published a statement in the Nailalakai likely to incite dislike, hatred or antagonism of the Muslim community. A ruling will be made on the 25th of this month. A handful of staff of the Lands Ministry believed to be involved in corrupt practices have been referred to the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption. Minister Fayaz Koya says these are isolated incidents. Edwin Nund reports.
Lands Minister Fayaz Koya says the ministry is not a corrupt organization. Issues that have popped up are isolated incidents.
The message to the staff was that, look, we know who you are at the end of the day and the investigations will start. And this is not stuff that's going to be tolerated at Lands.
In some instances, members of the public have lodged complaints immediately if they've been asked to pay money under the table. Koya says backlogs existed when he took over, but they've mostly been dealt with.
We just needed to change the way we worked to ensure that we were delivering. So I have ensured that, even if they have to work overtime to clear the backlog, and these are the issues. The main issues are because of short staffing. One desk would have quite a number of files on it.
There's now a monitoring system which triggers an alarm at the minister's office if any work isn't complete in the allocated time.
Stay behind, finish it. You're answerable to the public at the end of the day. You must finish this, and really, effectively, for the next 6 months, we really want to come back to 0 complaints and 0 files on people's desks at the end of Friday.
New operating procedures for the Lands Ministry will be made public for all Fijians. Edwin Nund, FBC News.
The new school year began today with thousands of children heading back to the classroom. A special moment for parents and children beginning a new academic year.
And so begins another academic year, right from kindergarten all the way to year 13. Saila Sambalai Munilangi dropped off his grandson at school this morning and was there to pick him up at the end of the day.
Waiting for a long time to attend school this year, and they attend school this morning. We so happy that and we hope that will be a good year for them.
We want a partnership approach to educating our children. Alone we cannot do.
Inamul Haq was also on hand to pick up his son Zahir when school ended this afternoon.
Prepared everything himself and everything in the morning. I drop in the school, come and help his school, something cleaning and all those things.
As with every school year, hopes are high that these children will succeed academically.
Yeah, I hope that he'll be good in schooling this year.
I hope we have to very good education.
We want our children to take advantage of the educational opportunities that we are providing.
Synonymous with the school year are traffic jams in the early mornings. Thousands of people travelling in buses, taxis and private cars to ensure that their child or children get to school on time and that they get to work without being late. The advice is for people to plan their travels so that things flow smoothly without them being stuck in traffic jams. Edwin Nand, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the Sugar City was flooded today with children in their school uniforms ready for the first day of school. The excitement was shared by their parents, guardians and teachers as youngsters of all ages headed for school this morning. Ellen Stolz tells us more.
For some parents, today was a proud day. They worked hard to provide for their children.
As you know, that things are getting quite expensive. But anyway, we are so grateful that we don't have to pay for school fees this year again. And we hope it's going to continue.
For this grandmother, it's a day that she has wanted to be a part of for a long time.
I'm very proud of them too. First time for me to be together with them because I'm always on the island and I'm retired and now I have time to be with them.
We also spoke to some primary school students this morning on the first day of school to talk about some of their goals for the year.
The goal I'm trying to set this year is like high marks. With this, I would like to study hard and well maintain my discipline and read all the textbooks.
My preparations for this year was good and looking forward to meeting my new friends.
I'm very excited because I want to go to a new high school next year and
it's a new year for these school children and a chance for them to advance educationally and perhaps eventually become our future leaders. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
Commuters along the Suvarnabhumi corridor will have to deal with traffic congestion for another 2 years. Fiji Roads Authority Chief Executive John Hutchinson says there is still a lot to be done on the 4-lane extension from Nakasi to Nausori. Pranita Prakash has more.
Contractors have completed a lot of preparation, but it's taken a bit of time given the challenges they faced.
Those areas of the road have the water table's quite high and the ground is quite boggy. So what you have to do before you can start building the road is actually put a lot of weight on the road to squeeze the water out to enable the road to settle before you can start building on it.
FRA Chief Executive John Hutchinson says apart from the ongoing construction, they are working on land acquisition. He says there are 2 areas unresolved and the FRA will talk to the lands department and a private landowner.
We're also working through some of the land acquisition along parts of the route and I'm pleased to say we've had good cooperation from the landowners involved and we've managed to reach suitable agreements with those landowners on compensation and so on without having to resort to compulsory acquisition at this stage.
Once completed, the 4-lane road network will ease traffic congestion for thousands of people who travel the Kings Highway.
Traffic will not be an issue once the 4-lane road is complete.
It will be good if the road is completed quickly.
So there was too much traffic, especially when we were crossing, and nobody gave the way when we were crossing.
The 4-lane extension along the stretch of Kings Highway will take another 2 years. Motorists do, however, have the option to travel through the Lei Suva despite it being a longer route. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
In the news ahead, rehabilitation work continues on Game and Taviuni. A new lab to help diagnose tuberculosis. Stay with us.
मेरा नाम कमल रोशनी है। हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मेसी है, हम गोल्ड टाउन तापुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन तापुआ।
Hi, we Bagels. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश तवरा में रहता है, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम is very hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama says cooperation between Asia-Pacific countries is crucial to address the many urgent issues affecting the region. Bainimarama hosted the delegates at the 25th Asia-Pacific Parliamentary Forum in Sigatoka to a dinner last night. He says it's encouraging to see the mutual interest and attention on matters of serious concern. The Prime Minister urged forum participants to forge good relationships so that effective policies can be developed for the benefit of all nations.
We share a region, we share a destiny, and I was very proud to see we share a strong commitment to each other as well. Our discussions are for the benefit of not only national and regional security, but for society as a whole, because ensuring peace and prosperity means taking a hard look at systems of inequality that exist within and between our countries.
Rehabilitation work at Nriketi village on the island of Ngamea in Taveuni continues, with machines still clearing the land and debris left behind by the landslides about a month ago. Eleanor Rangaivu reports government and military officials deployed to Nriketi village rounded up their work today, with about 90% of the work complete.
2 weeks after they arrived at Nriketi village to ensure essential services are up and running, these government officials are returning home. Village headman Jerinyu Matawalu says they worked hand in hand with the officials during the rehabilitation process.
We have been advised that we cannot stop natural disasters, and it will be safer for us to move away from the hills, and we have to plant trees at the bottom of the hills to hold the soil together.
Temporary classrooms have been set up in the village to ensure classes are not interrupted at the start of the new school year today.
We are thankful they have restored our water supply. We also thank the health officials for setting up a temporary health center at Vandrabanda settlement that will cater for the whole of Ngamea.
Following the landslides last month, villagers felt it will be safer for them to relocate. However, following detailed assessments, no suitable piece of land was identified for the relocation.
These two machines here will just have to clear all this soil and reclaim some part of the village, so homes that have been identified from that end of the village could be relocated here. There are some homes that are in what we call the buffer zone. They have to be relocated.
The government officials will now head to Yandua Island in Boa for 2 days for some rehabilitation and assessment work on the landslide at the school there before they return to Suva. Eleanor Rangaivu, FBC News.
A new laboratory to detect tuberculosis has been opened at the Sigatoka Hospital. Ellen Stolz reports the South Korean government, through the Korean International Cooperation Agency, donated $60,000 to refurbish the TB microscopy lab.
The people of Nanranga and Navosa will no longer have to travel to Suva or Lautoka to diagnose tuberculosis. Assistant Minister for Health and Medical Services Alex O'Connor says while detection rates are high, there is room for improvement.
Despite major research and developments in TB care, there are gaps that still exist globally in terms of recording and reporting, monitoring and evaluation, inequalities in healthcare, and especially TB-specific financing.
Similar laboratory refurbishments have also been carried out in Taveuni, Rakiraki and Kandavu to help health centers and hospitals become more efficient in the delivery of services.
Korea and Fiji can work shoulder to shoulder as close partners.
The Ministry of Health also launched its 4th version of the Technical Guide for TB Control, replacing the 2004 guideline. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
The Ministry of Education today launched a new book which will be included in the education system. Minister Mahendra Reddy says the book will help students make wise decisions. Ali Kimbia has more.
The book, titled Navigating the Heart, will be distributed to all schools soon and is aimed to improve moral values in students.
The launching of this book to be used in the Fijian education system is definitely going to reinforce our objective in reaching out to the students and equipping them to understand life and its challenges.
Arthur Oksu Park says the book will serve as a good guideline for students.
To put a new heart into the heart of young people from the heart of gambling and games and such, and we will work to grow them into healthy young students.
The new book will also serve as guideline for parents. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
A new kindergarten is now open in Lambasa to cater for the increasing number of parents wanting to enroll their children in preschool. St. Mary's Kindergarten, located in Lambasa town, will accommodate about 70 students at the start of the new school term. Opening the centre, Archbishop for the Anglican Church, the Right Reverend Dr. Winston Halapua, appealed to parents and teachers to work together to help children achieve their dreams.
Preschool is part of education from formation, primary school next door, secondary school, All Saints. If we get the foundation right, the rest will be in God's hand.
Now with the latest in sports, here's Jamie.
Jackie, and good evening. Up ahead, Fiji Hockey finalizes team for World League Round 2. And under-17s draw first match on New Zealand tour. Details after the break.
Na yalangunga andi moala ranalika o tikonga na tao na Singapore ando talitaka na wakaronga ng Bull FM number 2 na sere.
Ya dora subuli kurnambili. Iborani batukara hambara binaranga. Do talitakina na wakaronga ng Bull FM number 2 na sere. Bula.
Bula FM number 2 na sere.
Fiji Barbers captain Aminoni Nasilasila and 3 other players are likely to join the Vodafone Fiji Sevens camp in preparation for the Wellington and Sydney Sevens. The Vodafone Fiji under-17 side held the New Zealand Maori under-19s to a 1-1 draw in the first build-up match of the New Zealand tour yesterday. Fiji's goal was scored by Ilyas Rakula. Rohit Deo has more.
Fiji's under-17s were up against players 2 years older than them and impressed the New Zealand Maori under-19 side. Coach Shalen Lal says the players are being given different positions to get the best out of them.
Everybody is being rotated in the team, and we have seen that there are certain players who fit in well in different positions that we have tried out in here. And it's not actually the different positions that we are trying out, but then again the positions that suits best for that player.
Lal adds their main priority is concentration on getting the combinations right, not the match result.
We are not so very much concerned about the results, I would say, but then again on how these boys they approach towards the football that we have installed in them.
They play their next match against Auckland City Youth team at 1 p.m. on Thursday. They're using this tour as a build-up for the Oceania Championship in Tahiti next month. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
The Vodafone Fiji football team moved into camp yesterday to prepare for the FIFA World Cup Stage 3 qualifiers. It was also newly appointed national coach Christophe Gamel's first training session with the team, and he was not entirely impressed. Rohit Deo with the details.
His first training session and a couple of players failed to turn up without giving any prior notice. Coach Christopher Gamel says tough actions will be taken against these players.
We have to fix from now the rules. They have to respect the federation, to themselves, the team, who was not late, and their country. They are working for their country. It's their duties.
Gamal says he will discuss the issue with Fiji Football Association President Rajesh Patel before making a decision.
I want that they are agree with me with the kind of play that I expect from them, because they have potential, so they have to explain their own potential.
Meanwhile, the players who turned up have left a good impression on the new coach. The side plays New Zealand in the first qualifying match in March. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, the Vodafone Women's Senior League football competition continues this weekend. In Southern Division matches at the Fiji FA grounds on Saturday, Navua plays Rewa at 10 a.m. Lami takes on Asinu at 12 p.m. while Tailevu Naitasiri battles Suva at 2 p.m. In the Western Division, also on Saturday, Lautoka plays Tavua at the Tangitangi Sangam School grounds at 1 p.m. The Fiji men's hockey team hope to better its ranking at the World League Round 2 competition in Bangladesh so it gains qualification for next year's Commonwealth Games in Australia. The Fijian side, however, goes into the competition as the lowest ranked of the 8 teams. Meli Tavanga has more.
The Fiji Hockey Federation has named its final squad. With less than 2 months until the World League Round 2 competition, the national side is anticipating a good outing.
Selection for the Asian players, it was a combination of skill, fitness and discipline on and off the field. And so one of the things that we're stressing for the Asian players that we've selected is it's really important for you to maintain that standard right throughout.
Team captain Hector Smith says the competition will give players an idea of what to expect in a big tournament.
This particular tournament, just participating, it gives us an idea of what type of level of competition we're up against there.
Debutant 24-year-old Sean Patrick says being chosen to represent Fiji in an international tournament is a milestone achievement for him.
It's a proud moment for me as well, but it's been a hard work getting into it, having competition from experienced players as well from around the country coming in to try out.
The Fiji men's team is placed 51 in world ranking and finished 18th in the last Commonwealth Games. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
That's it from sports this evening. It's back to Jackie now with business.
Out of 2,553 calls received by the National Consumer Helpline, less than half have been found to be genuine. In the first 5 months of operations, the helpline received only 955 legitimate complaints. Of this, 249 callers received advice from the helpline. Another 292 cases have been dropped because callers failed to provide relevant documents. 28 cases are incomplete as the council is awaiting documentation, while the remaining 386 cases have been registered for further investigation and redress. Complaints regarding food and drinks top the list. Conditions were warm with a mix of sun and scattered clouds around the nation. Lambasa was the hottest centre at 32 degrees, followed by Sabu-Sabu at 30. The rest of the centres were in the higher 20s. For tomorrow, sunny conditions are expected to continue with brief showers in the northern areas of the country. And looking further on to Thursday, light showers can be expected in the eastern and northern areas of Fiji. At sea, south to southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. Recapping the main stories for tonight. Footballer dies in road accident in Damavanualevu. Fiji Times publisher Hank Arts ready to forfeit assets. A new school year begins today. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to our poll question this week, we are asking, with the recent publishing of landing costs of all vehicles imported into the country, are you seeing changes in the motor vehicle sales market? To answer, visit our FBC website. Remember to send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, you can tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was the FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
Hello, we from Latoka. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is Kanto. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Mula Fiji, my name is Florence Ratu. I'm from Corner Number 1 in Tavua, and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits every day and all day.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm from the soccer crazy town of Ba. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.